short, straightforward share about how to grow on social media, but especially on Instagram. This comes from the Instagram marketing subreddit, and everything in this post that I'm about to share with you, I agree with it. It's written really well. A little bit of a value bomb. Here it is. It's called Mistakes That Aren't Letting You Grow on Social Media, Real Case Study Insights. Since the past few months, we have been working with an e-commerce bespoke jewelry brand that transformed their online presence from minimal engagement to consistent revenue growth. We want to share some mistakes we see most businesses making based on what actually worked for us. Number 1, being just another corporate brand instead of building personal stories. Most businesses try to be professional and corporate on social media. We did the complete opposite. We turned middle-aged customers of our clients into the faces of their jewelry brand. Here's what worked. We asked our client to request their customers to record reels talking a little bit about themselves and explaining why they requested for a specific piece of jewelry, and in exchange for the reel, our client gave a minimal discount to the customer. These reels became our highest performing content. The mistake others make? Not posting enough content with human faces behind the brand. That's amazing. So their testimonials became their highest performing content. Crazy. Number 2, ignoring the basic psychology of social media users. Here's a truth bomb. People aren't on social media to buy stuff. They're there for 2 main things: entertainment and personal connections. We cracked this by understanding that pushing product catalogs wouldn't work. Instead, we created content that aligned with user psychology, emotional customer stories, ASMR jewelry making videos, and personal consultations. The real mistake is fighting against user behavior instead of working with it. Number 3, sticking to a single content type. Even when we found that emotional story reels were killing it, we didn't go all in on just those. We developed a strategic mix. 50% emotional customer stories, 25% entertainment, ASMR design process, 15% education, technical but accessible jewelry insights, and 10% promotional content. The mistake? Many brands find one working content type and beat it to death until it stops working. It's a pet peeve of mine when people just keep making the same types of stuff instead of varying it up. Number 4, making every post about selling. This is another pet peeve. This one's counterintuitive but crucial. We only use 10% of our content for promotional posts. Why? Because we earned the right to promote by providing value first. That's a great sentence. We earned the right to promote by providing value first. The owners shared their expertise, told stories, and built trust. When we did promote, people actually cared. Most businesses do the opposite. They treat every post as a sales opportunity and wonder why their engagement is dying. Number 4, that one was great. Number 5, the last one, trying to be an expert without being personal. Here's what blew my mind. When our clients shared slightly technical information about jewelry design, it worked really well, but only because they made it personal and relatable. They weren't just dropping knowledge, they were sharing their passion in an accessible way. The mistake others make? They avoid showing expertise entirely or present it in a dry corporate way that nobody wants to engage with. The results? In just 4 months of implementing these basic strategies, we generated solid revenue from social media, 10% of total business revenue. We built a loyal following that actually engaged with the content. We created a sustainable strategy that the owners could maintain themselves, and established a genuine brand personality that stood out in a crowded market. And jewelry is a very crowded market. As an agency owner, I talk to several business owners and marketers on a regular basis, and most of them don't follow this basic rule of social media marketing. Before posting anything, ask yourself, would I actually stop scrolling to watch or read this if it wasn't my own content? If the answer is no, rethink the content. Thanks for reading. In all of my posts, I try to give value in some way, and it makes me feel good about everything that I post. And I ask myself, does this give value? I would say, 99% of my posts. And even when my posts suck, and it happens all the time, I still feel good because I put something out that I believe brings value. Maybe the video didn't have the most engaging hook, or the cuts could have been nicer, or the music could have matched better. But at the end of the day, I feel good because I tried giving value. It's the same with this podcast. And then that earns you the right to sell. And that's just the reality of how social media works these days. Anyway, this is a very basic post, but one that is filled with very useful information that a lot of people overlook. Mistakes that aren't letting you grow on social media. And this is a short episode, but that's what I got for you. Number 1, being just another corporate brand instead of building personal stories. Number 2, ignoring the basic psychology of social media users. Number 3, sticking to a single content type. Number 4, making every post about selling. Number 5, trying to be an expert without being personal. This is episode 543 of my daily digital marketing podcast. Hope you won't make these mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. Hope you won't make these mistakes a lot. Thank you so much for watching. If you watched on YouTube, thank you so much for listening. If you listened on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, I will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye now.